welcome to the PC Gaming Vortex. My name is Hikaro, and I am joined by Gallows, and today we are going to be doing an Into the Vortex on the game Dragon's Prophet. The game is a new game done by SOE. It is action-based combat, but its quote-unquote claim to fame, I guess you can say, is that you collect dragons. And this is a very unique process in the game that we'll go over as we're actually playing the characters. But the idea is your character has a symbiotic relationship with a dragon, and your choice of class and skills and such, and talent tree stuff, along with your choice of dragon that you have active at the time, makes your character. So there's multiple aspects, and the dragon is a very important part of your guy. And there are tons of dragons in the world to go catch and use and stuff like that. And we'll show you more details on that. The game is actually in beta right now. It's coming out of beta, actually, I think in 2 weeks. A week or two. But it is this is pretty much the final game at this point. The gameplay is very interesting. I actually have played through level 15 to get a grasp of the game, to see exactly what was going on and kind of understand what they were trying to accomplish. And Gallows, though, this is fresh for him. He has not played at all. He's just made a character. So you will get both the fresh perspective and the little bit of research done perspective. So character creation, as we always start with character creation, is pretty basic. They give you a lot of customization options, which you'll see, but it isn't too extensive when it comes to actually choosing a class. Male, female, you got four general classes, although there is more custom ability than that later on. Guardian, kind of tanky. Ranger, range class. Oracle, which is healer. And then, of course, Sorcerer, which is going to be the mage. Yeah, 4 basic archetypes. Nothing too crazy there. Don't let the 4 basic choices fool you, though. There is a lot of custom ability to these characters when it comes to skills and dragons and stuff like that. So as you can see, when you hit customize character, it really breaks it down. You have a lot of options on what you can change on this character. I mean, it really goes into depth, almost like a Oblivion style engine or a Skyrim style engine when it comes to the details that you can change. I'm not going to go too crazy here and make a lot of character changes, but let's see if we can give him different color hair and give him a name. Okay, so let's jump right in. Name is already in use. Okay. On this server, it's not in use by me, but I guess
I had the same issue.
Yeah, that's strange. I didn't have that one last time, but we will add the H as we've done in the past. There we go. So we've got that H in there. I believe the game, if I recall, starts with the tutorial. Yeah, we will do the tutorial so you can see that. Kind of a base storyline along with teaching you how the game works. And then it'll ask us where we want to start. Something I had noticed in this game, and we're going to see it right now, is while the game is pretty, the graphics look good, you're going to see that it tends to be a little
Descendants
clunky.
of the eternal dragons.
We'll see if it's
with the blood of their ancestors. They share an immortal bond with all dragonkind. Adventurous warriors, the dragon riders traversed the world. Everywhere they went, they became known for their accomplishments. But even in this beautiful world, darkness lurks. To keep Oratia safe, the Osira forged an army, and they called it Skyhammer.
Okay, so a little bit of a cutscene type thing. I've noticed a lot of jumps in video, and when I say clunky, that's what I'm really referring to. Things popping in,
Listen
popping
up,
out.
men. Drop your weapons immediately!
Things catching
Gather
your
in
eye
front
in
of
the
the
background.
captain, quickly! Move it! Move it! Hurry up! Come on, let's go!
Quit the small talk and fall into rank. Line up here. Lieutenant, please approach.
Okay, another cutscene done, so we'll just jump in here. Okay, so it's on auto mouse look, very much action style. So moving the mouse moves the camera. WASD moves, pretty simple. Due to it being mouse look, you have to hit escape to get an actual mouse cursor. To click off of these. There we go. Okay, so let's just head up here.
Today marks the start of our combat training. This is our training target. Pay attention to our lieutenant's demonstration.
The mouths aren't even close to what they're saying. It's just like flapping randomly, but maybe they didn't redub it. Okay, so combat is very simple. When it comes to basic combat, left click is your basic attack. You can see in the lower right. Right click gives you a specialty attack. Now there's a kicker to combat. It's context sensitive. So what I mean by that is depending on how many times you click the left click, the right click might do something different.
Well done.
Or based off of what you just did, the next move might be different. So different combinations and you have a combo list you can look up. But different combinations actually change the way an ability works, which
the lieutenant will demonstrate
cool.
proper technique.
A little more cutscene here.
Lieutenant, if you'll do the honors.
Okay, so it starts me off with a dragon. So if you see it, hit tilde, calls the dragon, hit tab, do your triple flip onto the dragon.
Remember, no two dragonkin are alike. It's beneficial to find one that best suits you. I'll let you in on a little secret. Resting behind me is a legendary dragon called His noble deeds are too numerous to count. Alongside Saboshi, he had many victories. After being severely wounded, though, he returned. He is diminished, but his fury's unmatched. We ensure his peaceful recovery here. Now then, on with the training. Fisk! Is he under attack? Take the cadets back. Tell headquarters. Lieutenant, let's go find out what's going on.
Something went wrong? I would never guess.
Fisk is in trouble!
None may pass without permission!
Who are you?
Our cover is blown. Kill them all!
Disguised marauders?
Prepare to die!
I don't know. There's something about the way these cutscenes are crafted and the way it's presented that
Been a while.
doesn't look that fantastic to me. It bugged me the first time I saw him. It's definitely bugging me again. The story's not bad. I mean, I'm very interested to see who these people are, and the whole legendary dragon style thing is kind of cool. But I don't know. Are you getting the same feel from it, Gallows?
Not yet. It does seem kind of clunky, but I haven't got into too much yet, so I'm still keeping an open mind.
Okay. Okay, so I have other abilities on my bar down there. You'll see Q, E, and R, so we'll go ahead and use one of those. Let me get up here. This is Q. Pop up. And then, based off of me popping him up, if you saw, I had a context attack where I jumped up and shot the ground.
Confidence is your downfall.
So, you're the one who dares to interrupt my plans.
What are you doing?
I'm putting your crippled dragon to good use. He'll be devoured. Witness the true might of a black dragon.
Captain! They have us surrounded. There's no way out.
I'll cover you. Get back to headquarters and warn the others.
So that's a pretty good sized boss. Let's try another ability. So if I hit one, I dash up, and then go into the Q ability. Kind of cool. Like that. You can hold the button down to do chain attacks, which is nice.
We have to save Meltis!
That's not good.
Your captain sacrificed his life for nothing, as will you, Lieutenant. On behalf of the 7th Battalion, I bid you farewell. Goodbye.
So, I mean, they set up an intriguing villain.
Sweet dreams, my
It's interesting to see what they're trying to accomplish. The whole legendary dragon befallen and stuff like that. I'm interested. I just feel that the way it was presented was, I think it could have been done a lot better. It felt kind of clunky. Could be that I'm spoiled by some of the giant AAA titles, but while the storyline is very intriguing, I don't know. It's something about the presentation of that tutorial that really bothers me. Okay, so we're gonna start in Hunok. Loading times aren't too bad. The zones are pretty big once you get into the game, so you find yourself not really zoning that often. They're a little longer than I'm used to in other games, but nothing that really breaks the game. It's not too bad. I mean, the first time you load into a zone takes a little bit longer, but subsequent zonings isn't too bad.
Your arrogance has blinded you, and Oratia will soon meet its end, along with the hope and trust you've invested in it. When you are most vulnerable, I will return, and I vow to annihilate what you treasure most.
Pretty cool. Giant dragon.
That was too close. Surprised you didn't see that one coming. We're in bad shape, but that's no excuse for an Osiris. Grab your weapon and help defeat these marauders.
Okay, so that's a very close camera. So we start out in a little dynamic event here. Okay, we gotta kill some marauders. 6, it says over there. Okay, it had me search that guy. That's not actually looting the guy. That's something different. Searching him is like, as far as I can tell, like a crafting component kind of thing, like skinning. Level 2. Okay, so when you level up, you gain 3 attribute points. It does actually make it to where you can respec those for free at any time up to level 15, and then after that there is a respec option, but it is not free. So I will do... I'm going to do focus. Is it focus? No, it's ferocity. I'm going to do ferocity. I have to click the check mark to actually lock it in. There we go. One last one. Finish the quest.
I can't believe they sent so many people. Are the bodies covered in poison? I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better stop it.
Stop the alchemists outside the village. So let's run outside the village here. Did he attack me? No, he didn't. Like a dynamic battle going on. It's kind of cool. Up here's the alchemists. So if you've noticed at the bottom, all my skills except for the dodge skill have been turned off. I've kind of gone backwards due to my injuries, I assume is what they're going for. So I'm not quite where I was.
It's too late. There's something in the smoke. A venom hydra. If it gets to the village, all is lost.
Oh no, giant eggplant. The abilities do unlock pretty quick. I mean, you end up getting a majority of them back by level 10 or so. As you can see, I got punished back. Not that I really want to walk up to this giant guy. If I actually use my right-click ability without comboing it, it becomes a charged sniper shot, which is kind of cool. Does some good damage. And as you can see on the tooltip there, holding shift allows me to dodge to the left and the right. Double jump is double space. And then if I hit forward twice, which is W, I do run. There is a stamina bar, it's a small green bar on the top there. I just got this guy. Not exactly a challenge in that. There we go.
Why would they send a Venom Hydra? Let's think for a moment. Injuries have affected your combat, but I can still see the Osirian in you. What were those alchemists attempting to do? Nothing good. That we can know for certain. You need to stay here and help defend these people. What's going on? I fear it's just the beginning.
Mysterious shadow in the darkness. Okay, so it's gonna zone me over to the actual zone instead of the event portion of the zone. Okay, so both me and Gallows are now in the same spot. Finished with the basic tutorial area. So we'll start off. What did you think of the tutorial now that you are basically done with it? What did you think of it?
It really wasn't much of a tutorial at all. It just said basically go mash buttons. I understand now what you're talking about with the clunkiness. It seemed like they really missed the mark when it comes to actually teaching you the game, because they just put a bunch of skills on your buttons there and said go at it. It talked nothing about these combos and menus that I'm looking at now that I'm confused about.
Yeah, it doesn't go into depth at all. When I played originally, when I was researching the game, it took me a good amount of time to figure out what everything meant and define different menus it never mentions. And I think that is a huge disservice to the new players, a huge disservice. And I think we'll actually lose them players when... I mean, the first impression is so important in MMOs. But... okay, so let me go into a couple of the things I learned playing through the first 10 levels. I played through 15, but the first 10 levels is when I really picked some of this stuff up. It's so important. The K button by default brings up your skill list. The important thing in here isn't necessarily all the different skills, because they pretty much have those on your bar already. It's this last tab, combo skills. That last tab is going to show you all the combos you can do. So, for example, looking here, based off of the shredding shot, which is the one on my left click, if I do 2 left clicks, I do stabbing arrow. If I do 3 left clicks, I'm going to do a power shot. So that's the click, click, click. If I do a left click and then a right... Wait, is it left, right? Yeah, a left click, then a right click. I'm going to do a 3 shot in succession, and you saw that it's kind of the orange ones that come out. Left, left, and right. 4 arrows in succession, same thing. It's the ones, the orange ones, and then the same thing goes for here. But as you unlock more, you actually get more options. So like with my Q ability, if I hit it twice, I do this, 3 times that. The Griffin Rake is the same thing. I don't have any combos unlocked in that, but I will. That one actually becomes pretty cool. But as you can see, it actually, there's a combo system to that, and there's a rhyme to the... There's a reason... There's a point to their combat system that they just do not tell you is there. They put you in the tutorial and they assume you're just going to left click and right click and figure it all out, but there's more to it. And when you hit to level 9 or 10, you get into a couple fights where you kind of need to know this stuff or you're going to get slaughtered. It starts to get a little harder. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, that's good. Let's cover these down here. So if you hit I, you bring by default, you bring up a achievement system. The achievement system in this actually is kind of cool. Let me explain why. So I completed this achievement. So my reward for completing this achievement is 0.1 charisma. Yep, you read that right. You heard that right. Achievements in this game, at least the story achievements as far as I can tell, actually raise your stats. Kind of cool. I have yet to see a game where the reward for getting achievements is that solid. So if I hit claim, I got the title associated with it, plus I also got a boost to my charisma. Can't beat that. I actually think that's kind of cool. The achievement system in this game actually has some meat to it. It makes you really want to go out and do it. I am not sure if other ones have that same thing. It looks like they've all got rewards, but it doesn't look like they have actual stat rewards. But as you can see, this one gives you an item. So they have some actual meat to trying to do these achievements. I like that. That's cool. Okay, so we already went through all of this. Okay, so it talks about bringing it up and putting in your attribute points. I think I probably leveled up again. I did. It doesn't really help you on where to put your attribute points. You're kind of on your own. I don't know what my base stat for this character is. I know because I looked it up, the ferocity. But the game doesn't tell you. You know, if you're a ranger, you're going to lean towards dexterity, which a game would normally be. With them having their unique spin on it, doesn't really tell you anything. Now, while old school MMOs didn't hold your hand like that, players nowadays are used to that, and I think they should probably go a little further with it. Okay. So, we got some quests available.
But I must
just hit
attend to
F to
another
accept
matter.
a quest. Throws it in the upper right-hand corner there. I have obtained a powerful weapon. So, right-click to equip. Pretty standard. You can see that this is a free-to-play game with microtransactions. As you can see, for $1.25, I can unlock another row of my backpack. At level 10 and level 20, it unlocks automatically, but there's a lot more you can unlock. So, that is something. There is a full functioning store here where you can get potions and all that great stuff, like you'd expect in a free-to-play game. From what I can tell, it's not pay to win. It's all convenience items.
Can I
And
do?
we'll say that the items,
Hey, dragons,
some of them are very, very useful, like extra inventory space, for example. Very, very useful. Okay, so this quest really threw me. So what he wants you to do is he wants you to register with basically this flight path for World of Warcraft terms there. So if I register this translocation point, it finishes the quest. There we go, and then as I find those out in the world, I can warp between them.
Something's not
Okay, so
right.
I'm just going to collect all of
Elder
these.
dragon, been through a lot. Watch yourself.
Greetings. Proceed with caution.
Okay, so I think I got all the quests here. Okay. So, while he's picking up the rest of the quests there, I will show you that the second you walk out here, you'll see on the corner here, there is a public quest going on. There's a lot of those public quests around. You're going to walk in and out of areas that have them a lot. Just in this opening area, I think there's 3 that I recall. One down that way, and then there's one down that way. But they're pretty cool. You get rewards for them, and they definitely promote team play. I can tell by looking at it that it's going to suffer the same problem as a lot of other public quests in the earlier zones. There's rarely going to be enough people to complete it as the game gets older. I'm not sure how they're going to scale it. I know that with the one here, I was able to complete all 3 of them by myself. I'm not sure if that consistency stays the same. Okay, so let me invite you to a group here. I just right-click on you and invite to form a party. Okay, there we go. Did you get all the quests?
I believe so.
Okay, let's head out front here. I know one of the quests is to take out some guys out here. I will tell you now that a lot of the quests are very basic. Kill 5 of these, kill 10 of those, pick up 2 of these, collect 5 of those. Not a whole lot of imagination in these quests. can get a little tedious. I did notice in the questing process that while it does have the nice aspect where you get 5 or 6 quests at a time and you can do a lot of them together, that questing, just that style of questing gets very old. It's very original EverQuest 2 World of Warcraft questing. Kill 5 of these, go back, turn it in, rinse, repeat. That yellow on the ground, that's a loot spot. You just hit F, loot whatever he's got. Oh. He got me. How many more of these?
I do have to say though, the actual movement and combat animations are pretty impressive though. It does look very pretty.
Yeah, I do agree. The combat I think is a high point. On the other character I was playing, the higher I got, the more depth was actually appearing in the combat engine. I was pulling off crazy combos. I was flipping all over the place. I was doing some pretty awesome stuff. I felt like I was getting more powerful, and that of course is very important in an MMO. You want to feel that progression. Plus, everything's pretty flashy, so. I like that aspect. It has that Eastern flair to it. I think we've killed enough of these guys. Yeah, we have. The public quest should start in just a moment, which is right out front here, which is going to have us kill more of those guys, but we'll turn this in and then the public quest should start and we'll do that. It's multi-phased. It's pretty easy to understand how it works. Something I will show you, and when you hover over a piece of gear like these boots I picked up, you'll see on the left hand side at the bottom of the piece that you're equipping, it shows you what you will gain and what you will lose by putting this on. So equipment comparison at the bottom shows me by putting these boots on I will gain 40 magic defense, but I will lose 17 nature resistance and dragon spell resistance. So it does have a built-in comparison engine, which is nice.